Somebody asked me if they could pay me a lot of money to send photos of my feet.
Of your feet?
Of my feet.
Dude, it happened with me. Oh my god.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
It's a thing. Now, I'm somebody who loves food.
Okay. Who doesn't?
Yeah, exactly, right?
I was cast in Transformers, and I got fired from Transformers too.
But you've never said something super savage in an interview?
But at the time, I was like, oh my god, I'm going to be the next Tom Cruise. You know what I mean?
We're already aiming for Tom Cruise. Love it. Hey guys, my name is Shravan Shah, and today I'm going to be having a conversation with somebody who has traveled the globe for us. Presenting Tommy Hatto in the house. What is up?
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I've got that good Mumbai energy.
Yes!
Yeah.
Let's do this. But listen, we're going to take you back in time to the first time you realized that you wanted to be an actor. When did that happen?
As with everybody wants to get into acting when they're a kid, and you know, whether it was an actor or like an astronaut. So, but I never thought that I would actually get into that thing. It was kind of just a pipe dream for me. It wasn't until I kind of left school and I was working in London. I wanted to study journalism. And then my company at the time, we went to London Film Festival to cover that. And there was a press conference of this movie called Quartet. And that was a movie that was directed by Dustin Hoffman.
Yep.
Legendary Dustin Hoffman.
Of course.
Somebody asked him a question, and then he stopped the press conference and he was like scanning the crowd, and he was like, "Hey, you." And everybody was like looking, and where were they looking? And I was like looking. And they were like, you. And then everybody started to looking at me, and I was like, me. And he was like, you have a face for camera. And I was like, I mean, I was a very shy kid, so I was like, oh, I really don't like everybody looking at me right now.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, I had a few different casting directors and agents come up to me and was like, look, have you seriously considered ever doing film or TV? And I was like, never.
Yeah.
And they were like, come for an audition. Here's my card, come for an audition. And I was like, okay. I've always taken this mantra of, why not? Why not? So I went along, and that was the start of my acting career.
Yeah. Wow. If Dustin Hoffman tells you if you have a face for camera, you believe it.
If Dustin Hoffman says that, you have to follow.
You have to believe it.
You have to do that.
You have to do it. No, but so, okay. So you went for audition, all of that. Okay. The first project you backed. Okay. Tell me, what was the audition like?
The audition. So I didn't really know too much. It was very secretive. And usually that's a sign. Now I know. When things are very hush-hush and secretive, it's a big project. Okay, so I was like, never had auditioned before, so had no clue what I was doing. Walked into the room, and I was, with this panel of casting directors. I think the assistant director was there, and they gave me some lines to read. And they were like, look, just read them how you would read them. And it was only like 3 lines. So I read them, and they were like, okay, thank you. I walked out, and I was like, oh my God, I've not got this. I was like, why did I come along to this? You know, why did I come along? And about maybe like an hour and a half later, I got a call from the person I had met who gave me the card and was like, we want you in the movie. And I was like, okay, amazing. Wow, okay. And that movie was Thor, the second Thor movie. And yeah, I can't comprehend. It's only until people come up to me and be like, you're in a Marvel movie, where I'm like, I'm in like a Marvel movie, you know? So yeah, that was.
And how did you react? Did you jump in joy, or were we very like subtle about it?
I was jumping in joy. But at the time, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be the next Tom Cruise. You know what I mean?
We're already aiming for Tom Cruise. Love it.
For sure, exactly. Because I've never thought things like this could happen to me. Do you know what I mean? As somebody of like Thai heritage, somebody who had come from very humble beginnings. My parents, they were effectively very lower class. I never thought that things like this would happen to me. So when the opportunity came, I was like, this is like life-changing for me.
Yeah. But it's not every day that, your debut film is a Marvel film, and that too a Thor.
No, exactly.
So when that happened, I'm sure it must have, like, did you get a moment to even sit down and understand that, what's happening?
everything happened very fast.
Yeah.
I just remember telling everybody. I was like telling everybody, and I'm completely different to how I am now. Now I keep a lot of things secret because I always believe in, I don't know what's the word. You know where like
Bad juju.
yeah, bad juju where you
So
you
in
like
so in India, by the way, you say nazar.
nazar.
Yeah, nazar.
Okay, yeah.
So it's like evil eye.
Yes, evil eye, exactly that. I kind of believe. So at the time, I was like telling everybody, it's like, oh my god, I'm gonna be meeting Chris Hemsworth, and blah blah blah. So yeah,
The one thing that people talk about also is the flip side of the industry, and one of those things is casting couch. Okay, have you dealt with it?
mm, I've had, I've seen it,
Okay.
I've experienced it,
Uh-huh.
never gone through with it.
Uh-huh.
It's not really been my thing. I think there was a period in my life where it's like I was questioning whether it was the right career to go down because I was feeling very objectified for my looks. So when I was getting that type of propositions and of things come up to me, it was very strange for me because I heard about it in stories or seen it on TV, never had it in real life. And when it did happen in real life, it just made me feel, I don't know, just very objectified, and that actually people weren't seeing me for my talent,
Yeah.
because I have trained very hard since getting in here to try and be worthy of my talent.
Yeah, which makes sense. So, while the internet talks about objectification of women, there's also a lot of objectification of men that happens, right?
Oh, for sure. And I don't want to get into some sort of like gender politics here, but there is almost a double standard. There are TV shows around the world where it's okay for, they're like female panel shows, that it's okay for them to talk about men in a certain way. And, if it's like older women in the street, that it's almost okay for them to touch me or touch younger men. But if the gender roles were reversed, it would not be okay. And to me, that's kind of a double standard that people don't really take as seriously.
Yeah. And considering, you also belong to the modeling industry. Okay, let's talk about that. Uh, the conversation that you actually spoke about right now was my conversation literally 20 minutes ago, where I
Oh,
said that, you know, so I deal with body image issues, and it primarily also comes from a part where I was growing up, I was a healthy kid. Now I'm somebody who loves food. Okay.
who doesn't?
Yeah, exactly, right. But I'm a die-hard foodie.
Yeah.
To then, like it's been 2 years. I went through this gluten-free, sugar-free diet, and all of that, and I know I'm doing this to lose weight. Okay. Have you ever? Because I know you are also part of a movement where you did a BBC documentary on body image issues. Okay. Uh, how have you dealt with that?
It's been a journey,
Yeah.
as is everything. I suffered from an eating disorder growing up. And this was even before I got into the industry, right? I had
Okay.
an eating disorder through school because of the pressures I would see on TV and in magazines. And then, kind of coming into the industry, I had even more anxiety around having to look a certain way
Okay.
because I was now earning money based off how I looked. So I
Yeah.
felt like I had to always be in shape. I always had to eat the right foods, always be exercising, making sure that when I'm meeting people, it was always in the back of my head. I remember only in the past 12 months started speaking about, I was cast in Transformers. And I got fired from Transformers by Michael Bay because oh god, this is such an embarrassing story. So I was on set, and sort of I had to carry this plate of like champagne glasses, and I was carrying them, but I was so conscious of the way that I looked on the camera that I would like make sure I turn myself to kind of get my best side. And as I was walking, because I was so conscious and not in the moment, I dropped them and smashed them all. And the director, who I love, he made some of my favorite movies. Yeah, he was like, "This is not going to work," and that was one of the lessons where I was like, I need to cut myself some slack because actually, what I think is not beautiful or attractive in my culture, in another culture, they may look at me and think, "Wow, you're amazing."
Absolutely.
So I was like, you know what? I need to cut myself some slack and I need to start talking about this. And I started talking about it online, on my socials, and this movement came, and so many people started to follow and be like, I feel that too, Tommy. You know, I've gone through this too. Men, women, boys, girls, all from different countries were like, I know exactly how you feel,
Yeah.
and I'm so glad you're speaking about it.
Now, I want to ask you this as an artist who's constantly in front of the camera, and technically your body, okay, in the modeling world is what pays your bills.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Uh, in the acting business, your face pays the bills. Okay. How do you stay sane with those insecurities, considering you already dealt with it, but also with so much noise and chaos around, where you're constantly being told you have to do this, you have to not do this, da 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 da. What do you do?
It's taken a long time to learn. I just have to trust myself. That's what I have to keep thinking, that actually, you know, when I go for auditions or castings and I get told no, and I get told no a lot, you know, even the biggest people get told no 1,000 times. I have to remember, okay, it's nothing personal.
It's just
They
work,
are just looking for something that I am not. And
and it's okay.
that is okay, because there will come a project where I
I
have the thing
Yeah.
that nobody else has. And it is hard. It's very hard to kind of stay on that track. And that's why I just make sure that, I'm looking after my mental health, my physical health. And I'm surrounded by good people, good, supportive people who really have my back and my best interests at heart.
Perfect. Now what we're going to do is we're going to shift a gear.
Okay.
We're going to play a game. Are you ready?
Okay, nice. I'm
Yeah,
good.
let's
I'm
do
good.
this.
Let's do this.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready. Let's
Yeah,
do it.
let us do this. Biggest red flag in someone.
Oh, biggest red flag in someone. For me personally, it'd be somebody who
Still staring at you.
I know. I feel the pressure. It would be somebody I love walking, and I love nature. So if they didn't want to get out and walk in their nature, that's a big red flag.
I love how I caught you off guard.
It's so much pressure.
Okay, what's your most embarrassing DM?
That has been sent to me.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I don't even know if I can say.
Please go for it.
I've had so many. I had somebody ask me. Oh no, this was recent. This is the one that's. Somebody asked me if they could pay me a lot of money to send photos of my feet.
Of your feet?
Of my feet.
Dude, it happened with me. Oh my god.
Oh really?
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
It's a thing.
Yeah, the name, it was something like, I don't know. It was something I showed my friends. It was something like foot fetish lover
Foot
or
fetish.
something.
Yeah.
It was in my DMs, but oh my god, I've had so many.
It's a thing. Weirdest rumor you've heard about yourself?
It's either that I'm randomly dating somebody famous, or it's about my net worth. I wish the rumors about my net worth were true.
Yeah, manifesting it.
Yeah.
Okay, guilty pleasure show you binge, but you won't admit.
Oh, I mean, I admit every guilty pleasure. I love teen
Dramas.
shows.
Teen
Yeah,
shows.
So I have literally just finished watching Exo Kitty. Do you know Exo Kitty?
Yeah.
So it's like a very teenage girls program, but I actually admit to watching it.
Love it. What's your go-to I need attention selfie pose? Please do it for the camera.
It'd probably be one of my like blue steel modeling things, like.
Okay then, love it. Okay, what's your secret talent you've never shared?
Oh, my secret talent I've never shared. I don't know. I kind of share my talents. I'm just very.
There's nothing
strange.
secretive about it.
Nothing secretive about me. I have quite a long tongue, and I can do this weird thing with my feet. I'm like double jointed, so.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Worst date you've ever been on?
Yeah, I'm not really. I mean, I've been many years ago. I went on a date. They've just been disastrous. Where I've been into her, she's just not been into me, and like we went to the cinema and I like played some romantic music in the car, and like
Clearly
go in for the kiss, and she like just walked out the car.
Ouch!
Ooh.
Damn. Okay. One thing you absolutely hate about social media.
Do you know what I hate about social media? That there's just so many trolls that you can create an account and
Just start trolling people.
and just start trolling people for no reason.
Makes sense. Okay, and the last one. What's the most savage thing you've said in an interview?
Nothing.
You never say savage things, do you?
Not to the interviewer, no.
But you've never said something super savage in an interview?
Never, no.
Never. Oh, you
No,
well
I'm
behaved.
very cute and sweet.
Yeah, cute only. The last one coming your way. We recently spotted you in the White Lotus. What happened there? Give up.
Yes, because I'm Thai, and obviously the current series is filmed in Thailand. So I was just asked to kind of come on for an episode and to film with Lisa and the other crew. So that was really fun. I was don't really know what's happening. I was sworn to secrecy, and I didn't really give a lot, but it's a huge show. I'm a big fan of the show. So,
Yes, congratulations on that. But thank you
you.
so much. This was my time with you. All the very best for all your future endeavors. And I know for a
you.
fact that it's only
you.
upwards and onwards from
Oh,
here
thank
now.
you very much.
Hoping to see you back in India and Mumbai and doing more of food thingies that we've done.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. I'm hoping to come back to India. I'm hoping to become a Bollywood star.
Ooh!
I just need to get better at dancing.
He said it, you heard it, guys. He said it, you heard it. But thank you so much, Tommy, for giving me your time.
Thank you.
Hoping to see you super soon, like I said. Till then, this one is a wrap.